So Shona says here she spends £4 in total on tomatoes and potatoes. Okay, and they tell us the sort of price for tomatoes here, don't they? £2.40 per kilogram. Okay, but they don't tell us how much potatoes are per kilogram, and that's what the question is going on about here. So when it says calculate the price of 1 kilogram of potatoes, that's what that refers to there. Okay, how much per kilogram per 1 kilogram, all right? So we can do that because they give us information about how much tomatoes she buys. Okay, so she doesn't quite buy a kilo. In fact, it says she buys a third of a kilo. Okay, so if she buys a third, then it's essentially going to be a third of this. Okay, so we just need to work out a third of £2.40. Okay, which will be, of course, £2.40 divided by 3, yeah, because that's what a third is, isn't it? Dividing something by 3. So when we work that out, okay, we could use the bus stop maybe to be clear on this, okay, especially with a decimal point. 3 divided into this then, well, 3 into 2 doesn't go, so we put a 0 there, decimal point, and the 2 then we carry into the next column. 3 then into 24. If you do your maths there, you get 8 out exactly, and then 3 into 0 goes 0 times. So 80 pence, yeah? That's what we're going to end up with. Okay, so that's how much she spends on tomatoes, okay? So she spends 80 pence on tomatoes, okay? So if she spends 80 pence on tomatoes, that means then we can work out how much of the money she spent on potatoes. So we just take 80 pence away from £4, okay? So you can sort of do that in your head, can't you? Or you get there, you can work it out some way, you get to £3.20, yeah? So the rest of the money, okay, she uses for potatoes. So we can state that, can't we? She spends £3.20 on potatoes. So how are we going to use this information to work out per kilogram? Well, it says here how much the weight of potatoes, that 2.5 kilograms. So we can say, can't we? We can say that 2.5 kilograms cost £3.20. Yeah, so we can actually say that in this case. We can sort of state that if we want. 2.5 kilograms. I could put all potatoes there, right? But I'm a little bit lazy here and just put 2.5 kilograms is equal to £3.20. I want to work out what 1 kilogram is. Okay, so here comes the tricky part. Okay, how am I going to scale this to 1? Okay, well, one way you could do it is realize that you could scale this down to 0.5 kilograms. Okay, think about it. How many half a kilograms, because that's what that is, isn't it? How many half a kilograms goes into 2.5 kilograms? What am I doing to it? Well, I'm actually dividing it by 5, aren't I? If you think about it, because you've got 5 half a kilograms in there. So 2.5 kilograms costs £3.20. We can work out what half a kilogram costs by dividing this by 5. Okay, because this is a fifth of this, isn't it? So dividing by 5, again, I'm going to use the bus stop. So let's do it. So 5 into 3 doesn't go, so put a 0 there, carry the 3. 5 into 32 goes 6 times, remainder 2. And then 5 into 20 goes 4 times. So we get 64 pence, okay? So that's half a kilogram. Now I want 1 kilogram, don't I? But if you think about it, if that's half a kilogram, what are we going to do just to get 1? Well, if we just double it, yeah? Just double that and I get 1 kilogram. Of course, if I'm doubling the weight, I've got to double the cost there as well, yeah? So double 64. If you work that out, you get £1.28. So that's the answer I'm looking for there, right? It's £1.28 per kilogram.